This is something that is hugely overlooked in the martial arts community, in my opinion. Should martial artists even care about lifting weights? Yes, they absolutely should, and here's why. So first ask yourself why you should lift weights when you do a martial art. Obviously, it makes you stronger, which is going to improve your sparring. You can punch harder, you can kick harder, and your range of motion gets better, so you also benefit from the flexibility you get. Your kicks are getting higher, and not only that, also your tendons, your ligaments, all that is in your body is getting stronger and adapted by the resistance of the external weight. And in this video, I'm going to share with you the top 5 exercises you can do in the gym or at home and will take your martial art to the next level. The first exercise we're going to look at is the squat. It's called the mother, the father, the grandfather, the grandmother, the grandfather, everything of all of the leg exercises. And why is this? Because the squat works almost everything in your lower body. And by performing an ass to grass squat, your knee joint and your hip joint will get more flexible because you are now putting on load in the full range of motion. That makes your kicks higher, it makes them faster and stronger at the same time. So I strongly recommend that you start squatting now immediately. Pause this video and get yourself a bar, get yourself a gym membership and start ass to grass with proper form. Next exercise we're going to cover is the bench press. So the bench press works mainly the chest, but also the triceps and the front side of the shoulders. So these are the muscles that are used when punching because it throws your arm into the opponent. And the proper way of performing the bench press is also a full body exercise. So what you want to make sure is that you have your feet firmly on the ground, your ass is lying on the bench, and your shoulder blades are retracted and on the bench. Let's come to the next exercise, which is for your back, and it's going to improve your posture tremendously. It is the weighted pull-up, or if you can't do them, the standard pull-up. Why should I do a weighted pull-up? Because this is your way to say to your body you are too strong for it. So the pull-up really is an exercise for the whole back, but you can also train other body parts when you alter the grips. For example, when you have a grip like this, you also target the biceps. So you don't even need to isolate this muscle. And the key point for us martial artists is it's gonna increase your grip strength because you need to at least have your body weight and the weight you adjust, and you need to hold them in the hands and pull up. So you need to squeeze your fingers. So let's come to the next exercise. So this is now the deadlift, one of the most famous of all exercises in the gym. By doing the squat, we have already covered pretty much everything of the legs, but the squat doesn't really work the hamstrings well. So the hamstrings are on the back side of the leg. Now you can either do Romanian deadlifts or you can do standard deadlifts. And by standard I mean sumo deadlifts or conventional deadlifts. And the great thing about the deadlift is that you also need to have your lats really focused and squeezed. So you also work statically the back and you are dynamically working the legs. When you really go heavy for 3 reps and you start to feel that you're pushing away the floor, then you know that feeling exactly. It's the most amazing feeling. I can't describe it, sorry. Let's move on to the next exercise. So these are now the overhead presses. You can do them with a barbell or you can do it with a dumbbell. You can do them standing, sitting, or you can even do the calisthenics variation, where you stand on the wall, or maybe if you can do it freestanding, and do handstand push-ups. But I wouldn't recommend doing them sitting because one of the key factors that I wanted to target here is you need to have this core stability. Because when you push all this heavy load on top of your head, you need to stabilize that you don't fall off. And especially the joints, the elbow joint and the shoulder joints are here highly activated. And as someone who has already had a pretty severe shoulder injury, I can say you, when you do martial arts, when you fight full contact, this is something you want to have. You want to have that solid structure, that solid foundation in your joints and the muscles and the tendons and ligaments around them to protect you from injuries. And this is also one of the main reasons why I would recommend you strongly that you start lifting weights when doing a martial art. When you fall down in a cage, when you spar with your friends, or when you do partner drills, or maybe you get thrown, then everything is based on how good your foundation is, if you get injured or not. And this foundation we can build up by having bigger muscles. Muscles really are a protection shield for the body. And if you now want to know how you can grow your muscles a little bit better by using whey protein, you should watch this video here.